Hey, Bobby Sawyer here with Johannesmeyer Sawyer. Let's do Probate 101. What is it and why you might want to avoid it? I'm not your lawyer. This is not legal advice. This is for informational purposes only. And most likely, I'm not even licensed in your state. So anything you hear here, please check with an attorney that's actually licensed in your state. So first off, what is probate? Probate, it's a lawsuit filed on your behalf using your assets and money for the benefit of your creditors. A lot of people think probate is there to make sure your stuff gets to the right people. No, the primary function of probate is to make sure your bills get paid. Stuff getting to the right people just happens to be a secondary effect of that. While it varies by state, the overall process is going to be the same. There's going to be an application, there's going to be an inventory, there's going to be a notice to creditors, and there's going to be a period of time while creditors have an opportunity to make a claim against the state. What varies in the information in the application varies, but it's going to be, if you're the personal representative, it's going to be your contact information. Either the application itself or the inventory that's filed after the application is going to contain a list of all the assets of the decedent, the dead person. And so that's going to be public record. Anyone can go there and see exactly what the person had and exactly where it's going. Virtually no privacy whatsoever. After the inventory, or sometimes during the inventory process, notice to creditors is run. That's the publications you see in the newspaper saying John Doe passed away. If you have a claim against the estate, go down to your local county office and make a claim. And then there's the waiting period. This is going to vary by state. Just by way of an example, in South Carolina, the creditor period is a minimum of 8 months by law. That means even if everything is straightforward, no contest, no creditors, no issues, all assets in that estate are going to be frozen for a minimum of 8 months. North Carolina is a little shorter. It can be done in as little as 4 months. But again, it varies by state to state. And so if you need access to those funds, you're not going to be able to get it. So that's all usually a big concern for people, is being able to access funds to pay for funerals or mortgage or ongoing bills and things along those lines. And then, of course, how long does it last? Again, it varies wildly by state. If it's a contested matter, if people are fighting, then it can extend into the years. Very long time frame, and then, of course, taking a whole bunch of money as well. So, leads us to why you might want to avoid probate. First, I mentioned before, the public aspect of it. If you value your privacy and not having your business aired out all over the place, you might want to avoid probate. Second reason, the expense. Nationwide cost of probate varies between 3% and 10% the value of your estate, and that's dependent on where you are. Let's just take that 3% number. If you have a $300,000 house at 3%, your probate cost can get north of $9,000 very quickly. And then finally, the time associated with it. Like I just mentioned before, if you need access to those funds, or you don't want your family having to wait around 8 months or longer in order to pay bills, then you might want to avoid probate. So I guess that begs the question, how do you avoid probate? Various options out there, but if you ask most well-experienced estate planning attorneys, they'll tell you a trust is the best way to avoid probate. There's different types of trusts out there, but revocable living trust is kind of the starting point. It has an excellent way to avoid probate. So this has been Bobby Sawyer with Johannesmeyer Sawyer. If you have questions or you'd like a little more deep dive on this stuff, please leave it down in the comments and we'll be happy to make a video on it trying to answer those questions. Thanks for your time and have a great day.